What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the Jake G and Rodney show, the crypto hour, of course, baby. Sorry, Jake's a little busy, tied up with something right now. So for now, you get my dumb face. And since I don't have access to any of the tools, it's just going to be my dumb face. So good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Of course, the cryptocurrency markets are looking pretty bad right now. Okay, this is Jake right here. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's see. Here, Jake, go ahead and share my screen real quick. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Hold on. Present. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we'll get into that. Go ahead and share that so I can get it. All right, perfect. All right, guys. The entire cryptocurrency market is down, and it is starting to tumble some more because of the news that it looks like FTX will not receive a bailout. In fact, they are going to be filing for bankruptcy, which is an absolute catastrophe. So a man who was worth $16 billion at one point is now worth $0. Do me a favor, hit that like button, push us up in the old algorithm, and there is so much to cover about this situation. Now, I talked about this on my show earlier today, right? So a couple of years ago, there's a product called SushiSwap. I know a lot of you guys haven't heard about SushiSwap before, right? SushiSwap is another decentralized exchange. Now, after SBF issued his apology to the public, right? After he issued his apology to the public, a lot of people are assuming that he's probably the anonymous founder of SushiSwap from back in the day. So let me go to SushiSwap SBF. So if you guys don't know what happened with there, check this out. So check this out. There was scam accusations back a couple of years ago. So check this out. When SushiSwap went live, yield farmers flocked to the platform to earn profits via providing liquidity to the protocol. The popularity of Sushi tokens increased steadily, eventually accounting for 77% of all trading on Uniswap. So this was a big project back then. So the Sushi community was quick to pick the news. The crypto Twitter sniffed an exit scam and accused the founder. However, the chef tried to redeem himself via a Twitter thread. He opposed the idea of selling his tokens, equates to an exit of the scam. Now, check this out. When the Sushi community could not take it anymore, SBF, the founder of leading crypto derivative platform FTX, as well as Serum Project, dared Chef Nomi to allow others full control of the project. So an anonymous guy, right, who was running this project, sold a bunch of his tokens. A lot of people thought it was a scam. Now gives his keys over to this docs guy named SBF. Now, the issue is that a lot of people were saying that maybe they're the same person. And this is why we need some sort of regulation in the space to make sure that these bad actors don't keep hopping from project to project. Now, I'll remind you guys, Do Kwon, right, the Terra Luna founder, allegedly was involved in another algorithmic stablecoin project that fell right before. So this is absolutely insane that these bad actors can get away with this. It's absolutely insane. And unfortunately, guys, there's going to be a contagion. And what that means is that as time goes on, we're going to figure out which cryptocurrency projects and companies are going to be affected by the downfall of FTX. Thomas Weekly, thank you so much for becoming a member on Jake G's channel, baby. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Appreciate you, Tom Weekly. I'm not sure what Jake's little intro is on when people become a member, but that's awesome. Awesome. Shout out to you guys. Yes, Jake is a little tied up right now. He's going to be coming in a second. And then we have Derek Brunson joining the show later. UFC fighter. I'm excited to meet him virtually. I'm a huge UFC fight fan. I train myself. I love it. I love all things combat sports. Now, one of the things that we saw a lot of cryptocurrency companies starting to do, and I'll get to this right here, is that they want to show proof of reserves. Now, if you guys don't know, a lot of these cryptocurrency companies, they don't have to be transparent about what exactly is backing their company. Why? Because they're not publicly traded companies. The reason why Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, and Alameda Research failed was because the financial statement from Alameda Research, which is his trading firm, was leaked to the public. And we found out that they were backed by FTT tokens, $6 billion worth of FTT tokens, which didn't make any sense. Do me a favor, if you're part of the Volt fam right now, vote that like button because we have big Volt news coming up here. But I want to cover this story about Sam Bankman-Fried first. Now, Binance showed us everything they were backed by. And this is good. This is transparency to the fullest. This is what we want. We want transparency. We want to make sure that if you say you're backed by $100 billion, you're backed by $100 billion. We want no blurred lines, nothing. We want full and utter transparency. And that's going to be a big deal for cryptocurrency projects moving forward. Now, other exchanges have come out and said that they are going to be showing their proof of reserve. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic to see all these cryptocurrency companies become more transparent. And I hope they're as transparent as they say that they are, because we know there's a lot of cap. We know there's a lot of cap in the cryptocurrency world. Now, check this out. Apparently, SBF portrayed this whole I'm a poor guy persona to the people. Not I'm a poor guy, but I dress like a poor guy. Apparently, he had a $35 million mansion in the Bahamas, living with a bunch of roommates who were all banging each other. Now, here's the thing. I don't care if you and your roommates are all banging each other. That's hilarious. But damn, to say, oh, I drive a Toyota Corolla, hey, I want to give most of my money away, but then go live in a $35 million mansion. It's kind of crazy. Look, I don't
and banging each other.
Yo!
Yo! Happy Friday, baby. Sorry about that. I had to handle some business off screen, but now we're back. And we got a new member, Thomas Weekly.
Yes, let's go, baby.
He's going to be a member every single weekly.
Oh, my God.
Oh, bad dad jokes on Friday. How you doing,
I'm doing well. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks for taking over, man. That's, I can only, you can only trust certain people to take over. And I guess Rodney is the guy, but keep going, man. I want to hear this. I was listening.
First of all, let me know in the chat, Jake, are we going to an SBF orgy?
I would love to. I mean,
yeah.
Look at the two people on the screen. Look at, I mean, dude, it's got to be a weird orgy. Like both of these people, I'm zoomed in right now on both of these people, Caroline and SBF, and they give me these just strange vibes. Strange vibes.
Caroline. Well, she was the CEO of Alameda Research, bro.
I know. It's like, dude, she looks like she's like 12 in that picture, doesn't she?
Did we just give all our money, billions of dollars to anybody?
Yeah, it's like, dude, she has crazy. That's the CEO? That looks like Sam Bankman-Fried's like high school crush. He's like, you could be the CEO.
Well, they're probably banging. They got to be banging.
Yeah, everybody's banging, dude.
God,
you think people aren't banging? Like Sam, dude, you think SBF's not banging? Look at that guy. That guy screams sex to me.
Right. Stock Hugh says he had a smash mansion, that's probably a great.
Wait, how did we get on the conversation of banging though? It's like he rugged everybody. Were they banging and rugging?
So it's found out that he had a $35 million mansion in the Bahamas, and he lived with a bunch of people, and they were just turning up all the time.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's what happens when
the rumors.
No, that's true. What, you think they just have a mansion of 35 people? They're not turning up all the time? Like, dude, if you live with 35 people, you're getting lit.
You want to hear something more mind blowing?
Yes.
In 2020, there was a scam with Sushi Swap where the non-docs developer pulled a bunch of the tokens. Like he sold a bunch of them. And then SBF dared him to hand over the keys to the public. But the thing is, the apology statement that I think it's called Chef Mino or something like that. The apology statement that non-docs developer Sushi Swap put out, people are saying it sounds exactly like the apology that SBF put out. So people are accusing SBF, allegedly, so I'm hearing from good sources, that he may be the non-docs developer of Sushi Swap that wrecked people 2 years ago and pretended to take over the project. That's nuts.
No way.
Nuts.
No way.
Crazy.
That house had a stink like Nerd said, Bleez. What's up, Bleez? Bleez came on the show yesterday and wrecked B-Roots. We have Astro Geek said, new to the Volt family, Jake. Looking forward to huge news. We do have some big news. We also have the number 5 UFC fighter in the entire world, Derek Brunson, joining us. This guy is he's been fighting in the UFC for about, let me go ahead and share my screen here. He's been fighting in the UFC for about 10 years, staying in the top 10 his entire time. And this guy is one bad man. He's part of the Volt Army. He's going to be joining us here in just a second. Rodney, you ready? Look, your guys' hair looks, I'm guessing it's going to be blonde. He's in fight mode. Your hair looks a lot like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, 100%, man. I was going to do a full thing of blonde, but he has some very, very good wins, man. He was on a fantastic winning streak until he lost to Jared Cannonier, that was a close fight, and he got TKO'd, but very, very close fight, and I think he gets this next win, man. Yeah,
he's fighting against Jack Hermanson, who's a good opponent. He's a great opponent, but Derek is ready to get high. And Derek, look, this is his first fight after being sponsored by Volt. Like,
I got beef with Derek.
Why?
He knocked out my favorite UFC fighter, bro.
Who?
Lyoto Machida.
Oh.
He slept him, bro.
Yeah, man. That's what we do.
I know.
We sleep people over here.
Knocked my man's out, bro.
He's been in some wars, man. I want to check out his record, actually.
I have it right here. Yeah.
You have it pulled up?
Yeah.
Derek Brunson. Yeah, go ahead and pull it up if you can.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah.
Let's see what he's got. See how long he's been fighting. How long has he been fighting?
Oh, dude. Let's see. 2011. So Jeremy Hamilton.
10 years.
Dude, he's only lost to top tier. He's only lost to Jacare Souza, Yoel Romero, Robert Whitaker, Anderson Silva, Jacare again, Israel Adesanya, and Jared Cannonier. He's only lost the top guys.
He's only lost to the top guys in the top 3. Like we have a stud coming on, guys.
Yeah.
And hit that like button if you guys are ready for Derek Brunson to come join us. Hit that like button if you guys are ready.
Let's go, baby. Dude. Congrats. Dude, that video work you did on your Instagram is insane, man. Congrats.
The one I just posted?
Dude, insane.
Can we pull it up? Let's see if we can pull it up. Pull it up on your end, because my Wi-Fi, dude, is I don't even gotta tell you what my Wi-Fi is. Pull it up with the audio. Let's see. And guys, if you want to go smash that like button on the Instagram, go show some love on this new reel. My buddy Nadeem is super talented here, and we're gonna start doing more stuff. We need a Jake and Rodney reel in the gun range, baby. Next time you come up here, we're gonna get a sick reel.
We're gonna get one, and I don't know. Can I hire this guy for my new car? What the hell?
Yeah, of course. Send him down.
No music?
No music.
Okay. Look at that.
Did you hit is there a button to hit share audio on your end or no?
No, I can. Right here?
No, I think...
you want me to play it?
Yeah, if you can play the audio.
Okay, I know, because this part of the video is going to get cut. Who cares?
Fuck the copyrights. Tax me. I want my people to hear some new Drizzy.
Dude, this new Drake album is stupid good.
Oh my God, dude, it slaps.
Hold on.
We still can't hear it. You can't
hear it?
No, I think it's the...
Is it?
It's through StreamYard.
Oh, let's see. Share screen. Here it is. All right.
We're good? Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Go again.
Let's smash that like button. Go again.
Go.
All right, guys. Here's the video. We can hear it.
Got a fur on the tip. I be burning up. Shorty said she graduated. She ain't learning enough. Play the album track 1. Yeah, I heard.
Crummy.
Does Instagram hide my likes? I never did that where like it hides it. You know how like sometimes it will hide it? Click on a picture. See if it hides the likes.
No.
This one,
no, it doesn't.
It just says like Mike Farley and others. And
not
others.
Not on my app, it doesn't. Oh,
is
maybe
Corey James verified on Instagram?
It's Corey. Who's this guy? Looks like
bro. It's Corey. It says verified right there, right? Look down. Look down to liked by Corey James.
Oh, it does. Yeah. It says, no, it's this link. It's my computer saying the link is safe.
Show my proposal. Maybe I can get some other people to hate me.
Jay Gigan made a big proposal at Disneyland, guys.
Guys, I got married this weekend too.
Bro, I thought this was real. I lost my.
It was real. This is real. It was real. It's all. We got to have fun, dude. You know, life is too important to have fun. Make some content, have some fun, talk some crypto, and bring on some number 5 UFC fighters in the world to join you. I'm actually going to be sending this link out to the Volt Army and the Volt Telegram right now. So we can pack the house. If you haven't yet, guys, smash the like button. Rodney, what the hell's going on with BlockFi now? I saw that last night. BlockFi, you can't even. Did they stop deposits and withdrawals because of the FTX situation?
So we're gonna have a big contagion.
I just struggled so hard to get that whole entire sentence out. Jesus.
Today, Jake. Okay. Dude, that's me every stream though. I fucking stutter so much. But yeah, so we're gonna see a big contagion here in the next couple of weeks, months. Who knows? A lot of people are affected by FTX, and we're gonna see which people were in too deep with them. So yeah, they're gonna be in some trouble too.
BlockFi is down. I think that you're right. We're going to be seeing a lot of people here, guys. And we have 120 people in here, 43 likes. Let's make sure we got to get to 100 likes if we want to see Derek Brunson on here. So if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. But yeah, I mean, you said it right. Like this came at like this type of message right here, though, just came out of nowhere, man. They literally said, out of nowhere. Like no one thought anything with BlockFi, but a lot of people, Richard Hart included, who I'm trying to get on the crypto hour with us very soon. Richard Hart included said, if you promote BlockFi, you're promoting a scam, because they were offering these insane interest words. And they said, we are shocked and dismayed by the news regarding FTX and Alameda. We, like the rest of the world, found out about the situation through Twitter. Given the lack of clarity on the status of FTX.com, FTX US, and Alameda, we're not able to operate business as usual. Our priority has been and will continue to be to protect our clients and their interest. Until there is further clarity, we are limiting platform activity, including pausing client withdrawals as allowed under our terms. We will share more specifics as soon as possible. We request that clients don't deposit to BlockFi. I mean, dude, it's just been a bad year. Like, it all started with Celsius and the scammer Alex Mashinsky, hashtag Alex Mashinsky for prison. And then it started with Voyager, hashtag with the scammer Steve Ehrlich, hashtag Steve Ehrlich for prison. Yes, for some reason, I had money on both of these accounts, probably because they promised the world and promised security and safety, and they ended up being the biggest scammers of all. Then we saw 3AC go down. Then we saw Terra Luna go down. Now we're seeing SBF and FTX go down. Now we're seeing BlockFi go down. I don't believe this is the end. I think that BlockFi was the first to come out, and I would imagine that more exchanges and lending platforms will come out, because at the end of the day, guys, the name of the game is exposure. If you have exposure to people that are bad actors, well, you have over leveraged yourself. Now, keep in mind, guys, Nexo, a crypto lending platform out of Europe, similar to Celsius, I believe, don't quote me on this, I'll give you a rough ballpark and we can probably find it up because we have this thing called Google in front of us, but they had about $250 million to $400 million on FTX, and they pulled it out 24 hours before they stopped withdrawals. Nexo, 24 hours before they stopped withdrawals, they pulled their money off FTX. Can you believe that?
I hate that. Dude, I hate this. Same thing happened to Celsius. You had that big crypto influencer, Lark Davis, and then you had Alex Mashinsky's wife and other people pulling out millions of dollars while you, the investor, have your money stuck in there. Why? Because they knew this shit was going down. But no, instead of letting you guys do your thing, pull out your money, they want to get ahead of the negativity and pull all their money out first, because, you know, when they file bankruptcy, they're not, a lot of these people are not personally affected, right? They restructure a lot. And whose assets and money is lost? Yours, the investor. This is absolutely crazy, bro.
It is crazy, man. It's pretty sad to see. I mean, I think FTX was so big, though. You have to understand, when you're the number 3 exchange in the world,
dude,
so many people use you. I mean, they had billions of dollars a day. So it's like, it's not just investors, retail investors. Like, there's corporations that are going to go down. Like, there's going to be companies that are going to go down. There's going to be many exchanges that will come out, and whether they go down or not, they had their money and they had exposure to FTX. So I don't think this is over. I think it's just getting started. I know you showed the crypto market earlier today. I was doing some things. How are we looking today? Is it looking pretty bloody?
We're dumping. Yeah, we're dumping more. And that's because the news came out that, of course, there will be nobody coming in and saving FTX.
Who said that?
Well, Binance is not doing it.
Yeah, but I feel like that was already priced in. Like, did we think anybody was going to buy that after we saw the reports? Like,
I'm sure there were hopes.
Two days ago, when Binance said, "Hey, we're going to buy it," I had hopes that they were going to buy it. But now it was like, I don't think that they're going to buy it. Like, no one's going to buy it. SVF is going down. I mean, and here's the thing: Do Kwon is on the run. He's in Europe. He's drinking Muay Thais in Mykonos. Like, the South Korea government isn't strong enough to get him. The U.S. is going to get FTX.
We'll get that ad, baby. They're going to get
US
that
is
ad.
going to get SBF.
Yeah, they'll be all up in that ass, fucking SPF, and mostly because he mismanaged investor funds. Well, so here's the thing: like, I thought that SPF, you know, he has a bunch of friends on, you know, in government, because he lobbied a lot for Democratic politicians, mostly for Democratic politicians. I figured maybe he could round out a couple $2 billion to get himself out of this situation. Turns out, couldn't. You know, no one wanted to give him money, so that's why I thought the Binance situation was like going to happen. But if it didn't, then, you know, maybe he can get one of his other buddies. But the crazy thing about the Binance situation, they literally took 12 hours to look at FTX and said, yeah, we're not touching it. So that has to show you how bad things really are.
Things are bad. Yeah, there's going to be some federal investigations. You guys can see here, guys, 75 likes. We bring on top 5 UFC fighter in the world, Blonde Brunson, sponsored by Inu. So if you haven't yet, guys, smash that like button. He's fighting in under 3 weeks, I believe. 3 weeks from tomorrow, I believe, would be the date in Orlando, Florida. If there's anybody in Orlando, Florida, guys, make sure to go watch him. But we'll be bringing him on in just a second. Rodney, I know you're a big fan of UFC, big fan of fighting. Have you seen Blonde Brunson fight?
Blonde Brunson? I don't know Blonde, but I've seen Brunson. I've seen most of his fights. I've seen them all, at least. I think everything after Lyoto Machida I've seen, and I've seen highlights of his old wins and losses, especially that good W against Uriah Hall. Kind of derailed the hype train of Uriah Hall when he was like super big, you know, or popular.
Yeah, should we tell him when he comes on that he knocked out your favorite fighter?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him, bro. What's up with that, bro? You can't knock out Machida. Machida was like the guy to get me to MMA because he was like this karate guy and he was sleeping motherfuckers with his left hand. And Derek just slept him, dude. Like, put him to sleep.
Yeah, do you remember when John Jones just choked him out standing up and he just fucking dropped?
Dude, well, he was tapping. Well, he didn't. He went out, but his hand was propped up, so it looked like he was okay still, but he was not okay.
Yeah, he was out, and let's see. We can go ahead and bring him up. Let's get him up here. I'm going to open up a new tab because my Wi-Fi is being slow. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in top 5 UFC fighter in the world and 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗃 sponsored athlete, Derek Blonde Brunson. Derek, how are we doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing, man?
What's
see
up,
y'all
Derek?
got a little MMA knowledge.
We do, man. We're big MMA fans. And Rodney actually, this is my buddy Rodney as well. He lives in San Diego, but he just started sparring again. So he's been fighting a little bit, sparring, and about it, maybe taking some kickboxing fight here.
Hey, Rodney, what's up with the hair, man? Did you get that approval from Blonde Brunson, man?
I've had mine blonde, okay, Brunson. So don't give me that, all right? And look, I got some beef with you. How are you gonna knock out my childhood MMA hero, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗃𝗧𝗧, man? How are you gonna sleep him like that? You know how much that crushed me at that time?
Hey, it crushed me too, man. That was one of my favorite fighters also. So yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the most ideal situation. Like, I called a UFC bluff because I was up for a new contract, and I was like, hey, give me this amount of money. They said no. I said, okay, well, they offered me something else. I was like, nah, find somebody else to fight Machida. So then we came to an agreement with a new contract with new money, and that's why I took the fight. But yeah, I was definitely not all up for that fight. That was a tough fight.
How do you do it, man? Like, because you see people fight their childhood legends. Like, you fought Anderson Silva too. I'm sure that was tough. Like, he kind of paved the way for a lot of people in MMA. It's like, how do you separate that? How do you, because you have to do it. You're fighting the best of the best. It's what you signed up for. But how do you fight someone, especially someone that you looked up for? Like, how do you go in there with that mindset?
Yeah, you just kind of approach it like every other fight. It's a fight. Everybody's paid to do their job. It's either me or him, and I 100%. Like him. But at the end of the day, I'd rather him than me.
For sure. Yeah, everybody's got families to feed. So huge fight coming up here. UFC Fight Night, Thompson versus 𝗓𝗪𝗓 in Orlando, Florida. We're about 3 weeks out. How's camp going? How you feeling ahead of that fight versus Jack Hermansson?
Camp is going good. I'm down here in South Florida at Kill Cliff Fight Club. Everything's right on par. The condition is good. The training is good. It couldn't be any better right now. So yeah, just counting down the days. About 3 weeks, and then it's fight time.
Nice. Man. Yeah. 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗖𝗧𝗧. I didn't know he was fighting on that card, man.
It's a good card, man. It's a fight night. Eric Anders, Derek Brunson, 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗖𝗧. I don't know who these guys. Mateus Nikolai.
Yeah. And then have
I know Matt Schnell. I think I saw Matt Schnell actually fight in New York last time. Brian Barberera, Ralph RDA, Kevin Holland, Stephen Thompson. It's a pretty stacked card, man. The UFC has been doing such a great job. Let me ask you this. I'm actually curious from when you started versus now. I feel like every single weekend, dude, they have stack cards after stack cards. And then the main card, like, dude, this could be a pay-per-view easily and people would pay. Have you noticed a shift in the UFC, just how they've been running their business? Like every single weekend, even the fight nights at the Apex are stack cards.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job. Putting out a lot of fights and a lot of quality fights. It's very tough to line up a card as it is, but to put on quality fights, 12, 13 fights against guys that people want to pay to see. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely doing a good job.
Yeah, you see like a fight every week, which is great because, every other sport has seasons. Not the UFC, baby. We got a fight card every weekend, it seems like, For
real, yeah. There's no off season, man. We're always in shape, always ready to go, always, could be fighting.
So how do you stop Jack Hermansson? What are we gonna pound him out, ground and pound? I see that happening.
I don't know, man. I've been feeling really good on the feet. He's a guy who like to shoot for the takedown, maybe sprawl, 100%. Pound him out. So there's a lot of options. I'm looking at being the best Blonde Brunson that I can be, and when I do that, it's not good for my opponent.
Most definitely.
Yep. Go ahead, Rodney.
Dude, what was crazy to me is that what the hype that Edmund Shabazian had when he was coming into your fight.
Right.
And you just took him down and just beat him up for you TKO him in the 3rd round, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Like you beat him up for 3 rounds straight. That was crazy to me because there was a lot of hype with Edmund, right? He finished, what's his name? The Pacific Islander, the guy from Hawaii. Brad Tavares. Yep. He took him out, slept him, right, with the head kick. And you came in there and just dominated him on the ground. And the Darren Till fight was absolutely insane, man. How'd you feel going to that Darren Till one, man? That was a crazy fight, man. You were able to take him down at will.
Yeah, that was a big fight. It was 2 back-to-back, really up-and-comer. Darren Till fought for a title maybe like 3 fights before that. Yep. So, a lot of hype fights, and I went in there and took care of it. And I was 1 away from getting 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗖𝗧, and then I had a little skid. So now it's back to the drawing board, get a streak back going, and then it's a fight going on this weekend between Izzy and Pereira, and if Pereira wins, that could shake up the whole division. It can go from I just didn't get my title shot to I'm still in that top 5. I can be in a title shot next, So like it's just about see how that fight goes, handle my business, and then we go from there.
Yeah, and from what I remember, like I had you on the show before, you don't necessarily, at least it didn't seem like you like to make predictions. Are you making a prediction because it's in your division? Are you making a prediction in this Izzy Pereira fight, or are you kind of just going to wait and see who wins and you'll plan your strategy from there?
If I had to pick, I'd probably go Pereira. I mean, I know he beat him twice in kickboxing, but that really doesn't hold any weight in MMA. I hear people saying Izzy's going to wrestle him. Izzy's not really a wrestler, so like it's going to be a stand-up fight, and I think Pereira is going to try to walk him down and land some hard shots.
Absolutely, yeah. Pereira is a scary, scary man, and let's switch over to the 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 side now, so you can see we posted this on Instagram. It's funny. So right now we have Blonde Brunson and someone on Twitter. As you know, I'm sure you have a big following on Twitter. People make some funny stuff. So we have Blonde Brunson in this photo, and someone made Bald Brunson with the beard Brunson. And Rodney, I don't know what the hell is going on with your facial hair in this one.
That's my Chemical Romance haircut, bro.
And they made me bald. Honestly, I look like a retired New York City Fire Department guy here. But in all fairness, it's good to have you here. Derek, you've been sponsored by Volt for the past couple of months. So you got in Volt back in, I think it was, around June or July of 2022. Since then, let me just ask you, as this was probably your first or maybe one of the first cryptocurrency tokens that you've partnered with. Like, what has it been like to be a sponsored fighter by 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗎, especially in terms of the community?
Yeah, the community is strong, man. A lot of people is heavy on Volt. That's one of the strongest communities I've seen out there. And, crypto is up and down, it's down right now. But hey, if you're a guy that like to gamble, if you a guy who like investments, what other better way than to put your money into something? I wouldn't say if you're a guy who like truly unsure, don't put all your money in. Put a little bit, dabble, play with it, see how it goes, and then, I've seen guys go from, having a little bit of money and having stories like, man, I bought Bitcoin when it was like $35 and then it turned to like 60,000, so like, wouldn't it be cool to be one of those stories?
Yeah, and you find that in this meme coin space, right? Obviously, you have the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, and then there's the 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗎s, the 𝗪𝗪𝗪s, things in these spaces, and a lot of people have made money. Like right here, we have Pablo Crow in the house. Pablo found 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗎 around like a 50,000 market cap or 100,000 market cap, and it's at 72 million right now. I'm pretty sure that's a 7,200x, right? So if you put $1,000 in, you have like 720,000, right? So that money can be made here. I think you're starting to see, and I want to know, it's like from the athletes that you see, Gilbert Burns, he's sponsored. Ian Heinisch obviously is going all in. Are you starting to see more athletes wake up to cryptocurrency, or do you think that you're one of the first still?
Nah, I start to see a lot of athletes get into cryptocurrency. Especially a lot of guys like to gamble, cryptocurrency. A lot of gambling sites are taking cryptocurrency. So a lot of people like to, load up on a cryptocurrency. Also, the people who like investments and who like to see their stuff grow. So I see a lot of athletes. I think there was one athlete that got his whole salary in cryptocurrency, and he cashed it, or it went from 30 million to maybe like 90 million or something like that.
Wow.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for UFC fighters because we know how hard it is. I'm around people who train all the time, and man, these guys are chasing their dreams. And especially early on in the early stages, they don't get paid anything. It seems like even like if you're not in the UFC or Bellator, these big promotions, you don't get crap. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you put your body through insane things, surgery, all kinds of stuff. So I think that the crypto sponsorships, man, are fantastic.
Oh yes, yeah, for sure. Definitely for these up and coming guys. And like you said, until you actually made it to a bigger promotion, then yeah, you're still scrapping for coins, and then you're trying to balance between being a full-time fighter, training, and making ends meet. So yeah, definitely, having these crypto sponsors, huge for the fighters.
Yep. And Derek, the main use case, I know you've seen it, you've tweeted about it. VoltiChange is set to drop sometime in the next 3 weeks. And for you, I'll explain, and maybe some other people that are here in the chat. VoltiChange is going to be a decentralized exchange, so like Uniswap, like PancakeSwap, that already has over 1,000 different tokens registered to be used on VoltiChange. Now, they're just waiting for the timing. My guess is that this project is already done, but as you know, Derek and everybody else that's watching, it's like it's not the best time, right? It's not the best time to release something. Like the market is down. There's so much fear. Like you want to release a massive project like this when the price is going up, because when the price goes up, more people are bullish, more people will buy. So this is going to be coming here in the next 3 weeks to, who knows, maybe even 6 months. I think after this FTX storm is coming live, but this is going to be huge for Volt Inu. It's VoltiChange. And Derek, whenever we do go live, we need you to be using VoltiChange. What do you use right now? Are you using crypto? I think you say crypto.com, right? Or Coinbase?
Yeah, I use crypto.com, Coinbase. Yeah, those are the two that I use right now. But yeah, definitely when the VoltiChange come out, definitely going to check it out.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be big.
Yeah. VoltiChange is nice because it's a decentralized exchange. So they don't have to deal with the regulations and those sorts of things. And the most important thing I like about it is that they don't have to deal with humans, because what we're seeing with this whole FTX debacle, man, is that you can't trust people. Even if they're super smart, like greed and leverage is getting the best of people. And so many cryptocurrency products are getting wrecked. It's absolutely insane.
Yep. Yeah, and shout out to Crypto Che in the house. We got a bunch of the crypto whales, Crypto Chicken here saying hi to Derek. Derek, so the fight's in Orlando. Everybody wants to be there. We should do maybe a little Volt giveaway, like a signed like hat or a signed Volt shirt or something like that, and we can raffle it off before and give it away to the Volt Army, because a lot of the people in the Volt Army are super excited to have you here on the team as well.
Let's do it. We definitely can do that.
Yeah, we'll set that up.
So I know you don't like predictions, but I want to hear, how do you think the fight with Jack's going to go down, man? Come on, we got to know something.
I don't know, man. I feel a knockout, So like I feel we get it done. Probably in round 1, I'm in really good shape. I've been fine tuning, making some adjustments. So yeah, I'm coming, snatch his soul, put myself back in the title conversation.
Yay!
Let's go. That's scary. I would not want to be lined up against you saying those words. Snatch his soul. I'd be like, hey, I think I'm not going to fight today.
UFC clip that. I think a win for not Izzy, but Alex Pereira is going to be good for the division, because what can he do against a wrestler? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. It's going to definitely open up the division. It's going to be a lot of different fights that people want to see, and yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm just curious. What's your like? Have you always been a fighter? Like, I don't even know your full story. Like when you were 10 years old, 15 years old, like were you fighting on the streets? Were you playing recreational sports? Were you doing martial arts? Like, how'd you end up in the UFC for 10 years and having like one of the longest runs?
So I wrestled in high school. When I was in high school and middle school, I was doing cheerleading, man, hanging out with girls all the time, tossing girls up in the air, man. That was
not a bad life.
My way of life.
Not a bad life.
Not a bad life.
Rough.
Not a bad life at all.
Dude, the male cheerleaders are strong as hell, bro. Like, to be able to flip like that and throw them, people don't understand,
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely a good time. I would definitely recommend it for any guy who like hanging around girls. That I hung around all the girls that all the football players and baseball players wanted to date. So
you're got the end though, buddy.
Yeah,
I was winning.
Yeah, you were doing well and getting strong and not getting injured in football. So doing the wrestling, one thing that's really impressive about you, and I think I even heard you maybe say it on a stream or tweet about it, but it's like you've been fighting in the UFC, I believe, for over 10 years, right? I think it's 11 years now, 2011 or 20, around there, right? A decade. Let's call it a decade. You've been in the top 10 pretty much your entire time. You've stayed there. You know how hard it is to do that? Like it's almost impossible. You're one of very, very few. You're an elite category there by staying in the top 10 for over a decade, fighting the best guys week in and week out. I mean, how has that been? How have you mentally prepared for that every single week, staying at the top, people coming for you, being a superstar of the sport and still remaining that level of competitiveness over 10 years is very impressive.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. It takes a lot of focus. I've seen guys come and go that were very good, but you gotta be locked in every fight. You gotta come to fight, and you gotta capture the moment, So like, yeah, being able to keep that level of consistency and focus over a period of time, is definitely a tough thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 100%. And my thing is like, 10 years and like, you've had some L's, but like to like the best people in the division who have gone and done great things. My question is, how do you stay hungry, man? Like 10 years, to come in day and down, put your body through those sorts of things. What's your driving factor? What's your motivation? Friends, family? What gets you up early in the morning to keep fighting for your goal?
Yeah, definitely my family. You know, I have two boys, 2 girls, and I love them with all my heart. And being able to provide things for them throughout their life that I wasn't able to have growing up is like, a thing that continue to make me work hard and keep things in focus. So yeah, that's my number one driving factor.
That's amazing. One day we'll get there, Rodney. We got to pop out a few young ones, and we'll be more driven. Derek, one thing I want to know. I hear fighters talk about it. I have no idea what it means. The adrenaline dump. Does this? Yeah. I don't know what it is. Does that happen when you walk out? Does it happen in the locker room? Does it happen when you're like? What is the adrenaline dump? Do you experience or have you experienced? Kind of walk us through what an adrenaline dump is.
I guess when guys are like really hyped, really ready to go, and then they go out, and they just don't feel the same. So like, I guess the adrenaline is pumping, and then the adrenaline just drop, and then they just feel kind of flat. I can't say that I had that. I mean, I don't know. I probably have, but I never like to make that type of excuse. I always be like, damn, I had a shitty performance or, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a real thing. Guys super amped and ready to go, and then, they just flat all of a sudden.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. And what's also crazy is how the hell do you block out the fans? Like that has to be, and focus just on your opponent. That aspect is crazy to me.
Listen, when you've been in the UFC for 10 years, when you fought in Brazil, when the crowd is screaming, you're going to die, like everybody, then yeah, it's easy to block out the crowd, I mean, and when you got a man across from you trying to take your head off, that's another way that's easy to block out the crowd. You got to stay focused and locked in.
Yeah, you probably don't even hear it. That's funny that every single UFC fighter says that in Brazil. Like they're all chanting that. And Colby, you should have just pulled a Colby Covington and said, "Brazil, you're a fucking dumb. This place sucks." Like just fucking do that. What do you make of that? What do you make of the whole monikers that people have? Right, it's like almost like they're pulling a card from WWE. You see the monikers, you see like how they're doing it. Hey, it sells, right? Colby Covington's a good example. I don't think that's who he truly is. You've probably met him maybe behind the scenes, and it's like a lot of people say he's a nice guy. He's really, really nice. But like when the camera goes on, he understands that he needs to put on that moniker in order to sell fights. What do you make of it? Obviously, you don't have that necessarily. You have blonde Brunson, but he's not an asshole, right? It's just you change your hair color, right? Like, what do you make of the people doing it? Or is it more power to them, or you think it's kind of like, they should probably not do that?
It's whatever, man. However people want to sell themselves, market themselves, I'm cool with it, So like, at the end of the day, they have to answer to the fans and the community behind it, however they want to act. So like, as long as they're not going over the top, I guess like on the outside world, they ain't beating chicks up, kidnapping babies and stuff like that, then it's all good. If you want to go out here and be like F you, whatever, and then it's all fun and games.
Absolutely. I agree.
I want to know which one of your opponents was it personal? Like, I know you and Izzy got into it, but besides Izzy, or maybe including Izzy, was there an opponent you're just like, I just want to destroy this guy? Like it's more than just an athletic performance. Like I want to hurt this guy.
Probably me and Uriah Hall. We're cool now, but like when we were fighting or when we were scheduled to fight, like we had a lot of words, and it was pretty personal whenever we got into the octagon. The UFC was putting a lot of emphasis on him at the time.
Oh yeah,
and I was kind of like the guy that was like consistent, had a lot of wins in the UFC. He was a guy who was like, right at that a little above 500. And, I'm sitting over here probably like 7-2 in the UFC, 7-1. And the UFC was like super hyping him. So like, yeah, it was definitely personal. We had a lot of words that fight.
Yeah,
you did derail that hype train. I remember that. Everyone was like drunk off that knockout he had over on The Ultimate Fighter, which is insane. But I did see earlier fights where he did get stopped by Chris Weidman right before the UFC. So there was those fights where I'm like, he could probably like struggle against a wrestler. And yeah, you definitely derailed that hype train.
Yeah, for sure. That was one of the things. Obviously he's a really good stand-up fighter. Yeah. Crazy karate, crazy stand-up, big power in his hands. So like, a good way to combat that is put him on his back, test him out, punch him out. But in that fight, I was able to knock him out on the feet. So yeah, definitely was really good.
Yeah. Incredible fight, incredible knockout. Now, we have to get a little bit serious about the UFC. So, I was at the Khamzat Gilbert Burns fight. I was sitting by Gilbert Burns, your teammates at Kill Cliff, and a lot of people, Michael Johnson, Ian Hines, a lot of people thought Gilbert won. Was it a little bit biased in my opinion? I was like, hey, it was a close fight. Like, I thought that Khamzat might have taken it. I thought that Gilbert might have taken it. Now, the Sugar Sean Peter Yan fight, Sugar Sean O'Malley Peter Yan fight. there is no chance that I believe that Sugar Sean won that fight. I'm not a fighter, but just from watching the fight, seeing the numbers afterwards, first off, do you think he won that fight? And then second off, if the answer is no, do you think that the UFC might have these fighters, these young up-and-coming fighters, get the draw, get the card just because they are the ones that sell? I mean, what are your thoughts on the Sugar Sean fight? Do you think he won it?
So I didn't see the fight, but I saw the stats and I heard the reactions. And I kind of thought before the fight that it was, I don't know, I thought Peter Yan was going to win. But after the fight went on and watching the stats and hearing like everybody say, like, I heard probably like 85, 90% say that Peter Yan should have won. So like, yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. I wouldn't say the UFC had anything to do with it because like people talk and it's kind of hard to get people to hold, a secret in or whatever. So I wouldn't see the UFC jumping in trying to like have anything to do with the fights. But I would say like the refs, they know what's going on. They know who the hype guy is, so maybe they might have like a predetermined notion in their head who's going to win the fight. I guess kind of like when I fought Anderson Silva, like it was the same way about like 85, 90% of the community said I won. Like I got robbery of the year by like 3 MMA outlets, it was just really bad. So these judges, they got to do a better job. And also I think if you had a scoring system, it would leave less room for subjectivity, so they can just kind of like play the rules or like go with the more hype person.
Yeah, and just a follow up to that, I mean, you're a wrestler, right? How much does control time matter? I think Peter Yan had 6+ minutes of control versus 0, right? He had him on the ground. Obviously, not that much damage done, but I mean, for you as a fighter, how much does that? If you had a guy on the ground for 6 minutes and he obviously didn't do damage, but he didn't do anything to you, it's like that should matter, right? 6 minutes of control time in a 15-minute fight is a lot.
Yeah, for sure. That's what. Like I said, if the rules that they go on and say they're going to judge it this way and then they're not, then maybe it's time to get a scoring system, a point system, that way there's no question who won the fight. Just like in basketball, you don't say, what if Steph Curry and them come down and shoot like 4 3-pointers and the other team don't score but they finish off the game with a nice dunk. It ain't who makes the crowd go crazy or whatever. They have a scoring system intact to definitely have a determined winner. And I think MMA definitely needs to like move to that, boxing too, like count strikes, have somebody that job is to count and tabulate these things.
Yeah, and maybe you need people that are like looking at all different angles, like on the TV, like maybe like a bigger panel of people, because there's so much that goes in MMA. I mean, boxing's so simple to score, maybe, but I feel like MMA is so like, there's so much to it. Like, what are we scoring? What works? Because like you said, as a wrestler, like when you're holding someone on the ground, that's not easy. Like you got to hold them there. That's dominance, And yeah, your fight against Anderson Silva was a robbery. Now, let's talk about the Jake Paul situation. And, he just beat Anderson Silva and he wants to do this fighters union. I'm not sure if you could speak on that, but do you think it's a good thing? Because a lot of people are saying like, thank God Jake Paul is advocating for UFC fighters. Do you think that he's honest in this quest to, advocate for UFC fighters for better pay and stuff like that? Or do you think he's just trying to piss off Dana White? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. Like, until you actually take some steps forward to do so, I haven't heard of him reaching out or trying to gather people. I heard he's just saying stuff like he's a smart guy. He's a content creator. So like he know how to stir the pot. He know what to do to sell, If he's more on that side, he's going to get more fighters on his side. Before everybody was saying, it was a sideshow, it was a joke. But now when he started talking like he's trying to really do something for boxing, for MMA, then everybody started to be on his side and it makes easier for what he's trying to do. But yeah, if he's going to say he's going to do something, let's see some actions forward.
Yeah, let's see it. And a quick question on the Jake Paul. Would you take a fight with Jake Paul and do you think you would knock him out?
Yeah, for sure. Jake Paul wanted to fight me, what was this, about a year ago? He was on Twitter tweeting, asking Dana to like release me so I can fight. So yeah, it's whatever. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's going to happen here pretty soon. And final question on my end. Cain Velasquez was put in jail for chasing down a guy that I think molested his daughter a lot, right? Like over 100 times, maybe even
and other kids, yeah.
And other kids, like 1,000 times or 100 times, right? does what any father would do. I'm sure you would do this. You said you have 2 little girls. I'm sure you would do the same thing, right? He was put in jail. He was sentenced without bail for a while. He just got released on bail. Probably a close friend to you. I know I saw you post about it. What are your thoughts on what happened with 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧, and how good does it feel to know that he's at least at home with his family now?
Yeah, it's good. I guess in life, when things happen, you can't react certain ways. But at the same time, I think when you're talking about a judge, you have to evaluate the system, the situation, look at it from all standpoints. And I think that's probably what was done and why it took so long, and probably the right decision. Ultimately, I'm glad he got released and got bail, because that was the right thing to do. And the other guy definitely needs to be brought to justice. His parents, who own the daycare, they need to be brought to justice. These type of things can't be happening. We need to definitely get away from those type of situations in society. That's ridiculous. There's no room for it. Molesting kids, like taking advantage of youth. That's cowardly. There's no place for it. And when you do something like that, I think you mess with somebody else's life and you scar them. So like anything that happens to you, you kind of forfeit your ability. I don't know, you kind of forfeit some of your rights also, being that, you stop someone else living, because again, that can emotionally scar somebody for life. And, people have depression, suicidal all throughout their life just because these things happened when they were smaller. So.
Nice. Yeah. That one incident does affect a lot of people. And it's like, man, in our society, it's like everyone's rooting for 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧, because we would all do the same thing. And if you're maybe not all of us, but a lot of us would feel the same way or want to do the same thing. It's vigilante justice. Obviously, that's not allowed in our society. But that situation is so sad. And I'm so thankful that he was able to get bail, while he gets sentenced and whatnot. And hopefully whatever happens to him is, because the judge he had at first was a little not happy about the situation, but going forward, whatever happens to him, I think hopefully gets a light sentence or a light punishment, because I think that we can all feel for a situation. Now, last question from me.
All right.
Derek Brunson, after you TKO Jack Hermansson on December 3rd, fight night, Thompson versus Holland, and when you get that title shot and take down Alex Pereira and pound him into oblivion, what does your title run look like? Who do you want to fight first?
Who do I want to fight first?
What's your legacy look like?
Ooh, I might have to get an instant rematch to Izzy. Go ahead and take him out. That'll probably be the top thing for my legacy. Avenge some of my losses. Maybe Robert Whittaker right after that. And that seemed like a good way.
Dude, you hurt Robert so bad in that fight, dude. You hurt him so bad. That motherfucker's on ice skates, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was on me. I was wilding out in Australia I went down 10 days early, and I was just wilding out, partying, having fun out in Australia. Not worried about Robert Whittaker, and I go in that fight and just go crazy. So yeah, that's on me, man. Hey, you live and you learn.
Yep.
And it is what it is.
Nice. Much more focused now ahead of the upcoming fight in 3 weeks. In Orlando, Florida, Holland versus Thompson. Derek Brunson is going to be fighting Jack Hermansson. Derek, we appreciate you coming on. We know you're busy. We know you're in fight camp, so thanks for showing some love to the Volt Army. And this is the Crypto Hour. You are our first guest on the Crypto Hour. Hopefully we can do it again soon.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Appreciate it, bro.
Derek. We appreciate you. Awesome. There it is. Derek, our first guest there, Rodney. I think it took us a second to find our flow, right? First time interviewing people. There's like a little lag, but I think afterwards, we really crushed that right there, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. What a good dude, bro. What a good dude.
He's a legend. He's fighting Jack Hermansson. Just like, it's crazy, dude. All right. So I'm going to bet the house on Derek because he said the words, I'm going to go in there and take his soul. I was like, what did he just say? Take his soul?
Yeah. Jack Hermansson's pretty good too, but Jack Hermansson's main thing is on the ground, and I feel like that's just not his. Good wrestlers always beat good grapplers or good like jiu-jitsu people in my opinion.
Yeah, speaking of fighting, I think you might take a fight. Is that true? You might take a kickboxing fight.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, maybe in like a year or something like that. Yeah, hopefully my ACL doesn't re-tear or anything like that. But I feel good, man. I feel strong. I feel fast. I just need to get lean again. I'm too heavy right now.
You fighting Austin Hilton or Zach Humphreys?
I'm KOing them both same round, baby. Let's go.
I need to get Zach. I got to talk to Zach, see if he wants to get in the ring with me. Like I need that. I need that as my first fight. Or your
Zach, follow me on Twitter again, Zach. Why'd you unfollow me? Come on, man.
He unfollow you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he follows me.
Yeah, man. But yeah, dude, there's a lot of crazy stuff going down in DeFi right now, man.
I saw you just got blocked. Like this is the first thing that popped up on my thing. Literally, like this is on my. I just like go to my feed. LMAO. Was it something I said? Who is Milton and why did he block you?
He's the CEO of Terrarium. If you guys don't know, Terrarium was a centralized exchange cryptocurrency project created by a bunch of 𝗖𝗎𝗓 former investors. Their project has the token is, there's been a lot of shady stuff involving it, the whole fake Binance listing and stuff like that.
I remember that.
They're starting a new project and they're asking for 5,000 Ethereum for the pre-sale.
5,000.
$6 million.
It's like, I was going to say, it's like $6 million bucks.
They're asking for $6 million for another token. And it hasn't even been a year since they launched Terrarium.
How's
It's
Terrarium
called
doing?
Not good. Isn't that
Why are
crazy?
they launching a new token?
It's because it's for their project called TerraPay. It's like a POS system that every one of their mom came out with during the bull run.
Where's the
crazy?
market cap?
I don't see it there. You could probably check on CoinMarketCap, but
I know, but it's like, is it? I don't see it here. All right, I remember Terrarium. I remember it pumped to oblivion. It's funny how oblivion is both up and down.
Yeah.
It pumped. Wow, it really pumped.
Yeah.
And I met these guys. I'm pretty sure I met these doctors in the Las Vegas 𝗖𝗎𝗪𝗧 event, and they told me, they're like, "Hey, we got a new token coming out." I was like, "Nice." They seem like nice guys. They seem like nice people. But yeah, this thing pumped. I would imagine this was I remember the Binance listing, and I remember thinking, I was sitting at home, I was like, "How the hell are these guys getting listed on Binance?" And that's what I said. I was like, "There's no way," because like this was when 𝗖𝗎𝗓 was still doing well too, And I was like, if they're getting listed on Binance US before 𝗖𝗎𝗓, like that would make sense. Binance US wasn't listing anybody. The thing pumped and then it absolutely dumped. And I remember around this time, people were like messaging Binance US, like, "Hey, are you guys listing Terrarium?" And they're like, "No, don't believe shit you see on Twitter." And it dumped. And then you probably know the story better than me. You can go ahead and explain it.
Okay, so the day before he announced it, Milton put when Lambo. He put like a yellow and black Lamborghini on his profile. People are like, "Whoa!" So that means like Binance. The next day, they showed an email saying that from Binance US they got listed on Binance. Now here's the issue with that, and a lot of us celebrated. I celebrated. I made a lot of money because I sold some of it, right? But here's the thing. You cannot announce that you're being listed on these centralized exchanges before they announce it. You're not allowed to. That breaks the contract agreement. Now, I didn't know how serious that was at that time, because it's a very serious thing. It voids the whole listing, right? So it turns out they said that they sent $185,000 to a person that was representing Binance US. They gave us a name of some chick who was the person representing Binance US. They said that Binance US scammed them. They said that we think that they got Nigerian princed, 1, or 2, they lied to us. They got scammed by people thinking they were Binance US and sent $185,000 to a Binance hot wallet. Or they just told us they were getting listed on Binance so they could dump the chart on all us peasants.
Let me comment on that. Let me comment on that. So it is possible. There is a possibility, because I get DMs all the time saying, "Hey, we love your token. We want you to list." And it's like, there's people that just send those out there. Now, as a developer, you do have to do your due diligence. You cannot get, what is the Nigerian prince? I've never even heard of that. Hopefully I don't get canceled for saying that. I don't know why. But anyways,
I'll say it.
Yeah, you say it. I can say Jewish stuff. You can say
the other stuff. A lot of scammers coming out of Nigeria and India. There's a lot of scammers.
Okay.
That's what they. Yeah.
Gotcha. So look, it's possible that they got scammed, right? It is possible, but it's like, dude, you have to do your due diligence. Like, are you like? I don't want my that is a reason for me to get out of your project. If you're going to send $185,000 and not do your due diligence and make sure that someone works at a company, like that's even more of a red flag than you scamming us just blatantly. So either way, it doesn't stack up. And now they want what? $6 million?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, which exchanges, when does Binance say, "Hi, we're Binance, we want to list you"? When do they do that?
"Hi, we are Binance. We're going to send you an email." I remember the email too was like, font was like Helvetica, then Times Roman Newman, then like it was like 8 different fonts and colors. It's like, it didn't look good. Yeah, I don't know what to think. And then what was the shady shit? Like one of the guys had like 200 wallets in there and just dumping on.
Yeah, 108 wallets. He had, Dr. P was a big 𝗖𝗎𝗓 investor, had like 80 million 𝗖𝗎𝗓 at all-time high. Didn't sell till like way after the dump.
Is this him selling 95 ETH?
Well, yeah, that was them selling to pay employees.
Are they the employees? That's a good one though. It's like, look, they might be, but how many employees do they have? Like, do they need 150,000?
It's all very confusing. They're based out of India, and India's pretty strict with their crypto laws. Like, they're not friendly to crypto. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll create a centralized exchange. Maybe it's good. But so far, it's looking pretty damn scammy.
Yeah, well, dude, the centralized exchanges are in. We should put our money on them, right?
Good Lord. To me, that's insane. Almost criminal. You know what I mean?
Are you going to put money in the pre-sale?
Fuck no. I mean, it's $6 million. The market cap's going to be so high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing though. They're gonna make money.
I think they just need more money. I think they need more money to fund Terrarium. I think they didn't have enough money to fund Terrarium, and they're starting this TerraPay shit so they could fund Terrarium. That's what I think.
Yeah, Biz said, I need 5K ETH. I'm starting a popsicle stamp. Guys, please don't give these people any more of your money. The thing is like Degens will Degen, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I don't know shit about the project, so I can't speak on it in those terms, but just from all the stuff that's going on, it's like I probably wouldn't have invested. For me personally, I probably won't invest in the pre-sale. Most pre-sales are getting absolutely wrecked anyways. You know, every pre-sale that I've gotten in is down below the pre-sale price. So it's not the best time to be launching. You know, you need it, especially. When are they launching their pre-sales? Is it when right now?
November 18th, I think.
November 18th.
Yeah. So if you want to get into that, go have fun. But just let you know you're funding their lavish lifestyles. I doubt it's for a project. They can say it is, but can you fucking not, dude?
I mean, bro, we all look bad. Honestly, they made Derek Brunson look the best. He
yeah.
He looks like 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗧 or something.
I was supposed to say, it looks like 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗧. Yeah.
Yep. And Rodney, if you can pronounce this name, you get $5.
Badajie Shodian says, grow up and move beyond Terrarium Fudney.
Babajide Shodian.
Don't tell me to live my life, you little ween dog. Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Babajide, if you want a link, I'll send you a link and you can come on here and debate Rodney right now on Terrarium.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Tell me why it's so good. Terra's doing what 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 did. They will release multiple products to keep money flowing in. 𝗖𝗓 Realty, baby. That's where I'm. You know, that's.
You shut it. You told me off stream. You said, Jake, I'm the biggest holder. I bought a bunch of 𝗖𝗓 Realty. And I'm ready for that. You said I'm ready for my dividends. That was one, like 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗏, I like 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗏, but like when they did 𝗖𝗓 Realty, I was like, it just like, I don't know how this is gonna work. You know, I feel like I'm not gonna get paid. And who knows? We'll see what happens. But I never got that one.
Look, it's like, you know, it's like I read the white paper and I was like, I mean, you've read hundreds of white papers. I've read hundreds of white papers, and I'm just like, what the it was insulting.
It didn't make sense. And well, I think if they launched it at like in its other time, like it might have, but they launched it right when Lily Finance like pulled out, like the day after.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, it was an Audible, big old Audible, you know.
I just wish Austin would spend his energy promoting MMAI instead of throwing mud. It's a bad look. I'm invested in both. Yeah, I mean it is. Well, it's a bad look until they're right. You know, like that's what Rodney was like. You know, it's a bad look until they're right, and then it's like, oh, it's a good. It's whenever you go against the grain and you talk bad about people's investments, it's always a bad look, right? If someone's talking bad about my investments, like it's a bad look on them. Like fuck those guys, right?
Yeah.
But if they're right, then it's not. So only time will tell if it's right or not. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. No matter how much someone speaks bad about something, if the project is good, if they're delivering, if they're truthful, they're transparent, it doesn't matter what I say. They're going to succeed, right? That's just the way it is. Now, I think that a lot of people get super offended because they see a little bit of truth in what we're saying, right? They see a little bit of truth and they say that, yeah, maybe it's not panning out the way it's supposed to because maybe there is some things going on behind the scenes that I'm ignoring. You know, you can't ignore these things, right? People that were talking crap about FTX, vindicated. People that were talking crap about other small cap projects that went under, vindicated. You know, it just takes a while sometimes. So don't be so like put off by criticism, because if the criticism isn't true, the product's going to be okay.
Guys, we have breaking news. No one predicted this. Sam Bankman-Fried has resigned as dude. This guy's going to go to prison for a long time.
100%, bro. 100%.
He's in America. Like they are. Like the SEC does not fuck around. They already launched an investigation probe into him. This is something too. Twitter suspends Blue subscription paid services, verification services, citing impersonation abuse. Well, guys, you should follow me because I tend to be right. As Believe says, I'm always right, although I'm not always right. But I made a tweet the other day. Let's just see. Let's just go there for the timeline. A lot of engagement farming. Dude,
I need to do some of that, dude. You're killing it with those likes. Look at that.
Come on.
Likes.
Damn, boy. I mean, it's true. Let's see. I support Elon Musk, but do believe the $8 verification for all is a bad idea. Be prepared to see more and more crypto financial scams occurring on Twitter. I'm sure Vitalik Buterin would agree. And then 2 days later, Twitter Blue suspends verification because of scams. Well, if I didn't predict the future, but I do believe Elon Musk did it because he needs to get $8. He needs to get as many people on Twitter as well that are going to sign up. He needs to make money, right? So if you tell people, hey, you pay $8, you get the verification, everybody's going to pay $8. How many people got verified in the past 24 hours? Everybody. Crazy. I know. So many people, right? Not Rodney, but so many people did, right? So But what happens next? So Elon gets everybody involved. And then what he says is, hey, there's so much people, like verified people that are crying about it. I'm not crying about it. I don't give a fuck. But there's so many people that are crying about it. So what he's going to do is he gets as many people as he can for $8. And then he changes the verified people, at least the verified, like this logo for the verified people. And then he keeps everybody with this check mark because humans are creatures of habit. Once you have this check mark, you don't want to go back. Yeah. So he's just trying to generate revenue. But they stopped the Twitter Blue because of impersonation. I was like, yeah, dude, there was already like 3 fake Jake Gagan accounts that were verified. I'm like, this is not going to be good. So, and I would imagine
the idea was, I guess, like scammers wouldn't want to pay $800, especially bot farms, right? Bot farming is like no one's going to want to pay $8 per bot. There's so many of them. But if you're a scammer, that $8 might go a long way, you know?
Bro, one person lost $40,000 from a fake Jake Gagan account last year. And like, dude, they're like, so I don't own on Twitter. This is a good thing for people on TikTok. I don't own the name Jay Gagan. I am Jake Gagan. And there's some people on TikTok that are literally DMing everybody, and they have like a platform that you go to and like, what's up, Rodney? How you doing, brother? Yo, I just created this new platform. It's only for advanced traders. Like, put your wallet in there. And, like, they're scamming people, and they have the name Jake Gagan too, which is fucked.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even like my Instagram, which is small, I have fake Rodneys, and all my friends and family are like, "Hey, is this you?" I'm like, "No, it's not me," but they don't know that, you know. Yeah, they're like, "Hey, man, how's your trading going?" Like, I don't talk like that, you know?
No, I know. Hey, mate, how's your trading going? And I used to say back in the day, like, I would never say mate. Now I say mate all the time. Do something about the scamming, guys. I mean, I just don't DM people. Like, I'll never DM you. That's the only way I can do it. It's like, you'll never receive a DM from me unless like we're really close friends. But that's just how I do it right now until I get verified. Like on Twitter, I'm verified. I'll DM people because like it's me. But also there's literally an account called Fake Gagan. It's pretty funny. Can we find him? It's actually like, dude, I honestly, like, I didn't even block him. I was going to DM him and be like, yo, can you try to get verified? Yeah. Look at him. His name is Fake.
You know, I'm not going to be sliding in your DMs ever, guys. Oh my God.
Look, it's called Fake, and he put Fake, and it's called the Fake Gagan Show. Like if it wasn't so funny, I would have blocked him and you know, but it's like, it's kind of funny. Hopefully he's not going around like DMing and scamming people, but yeah, it looks like he's trying to do some fucking scam shit here. He's
been MIS January, bro.
BUSD Buffett presale. But he comments on all my stuff. He's kind of funny. He's like, look, he commented, "This is when millions are made." He said, "Let's go." When the crypto market is crashing. You okay, bro? He's got my back, so I don't know who it is, but flame grilled. From B Roots, dude, he retired from crypto. I don't know if you saw that. He made an announcement. He retired from crypto because he didn't call the Bitcoin bottom, but he got a nice role. He's a manager at his local McDonald's, and you know, he gets free food. He gets 2 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and you know, I think he's happy. But he actually had to sell the Versace beanie and the Gucci glasses to cover some of his longs that got wrecked.
That's unfortunate, man. Maybe he makes some Mick predictions over at McDonald's. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll be better over there. You know what I mean?
How about Bleez with the fucking flame of the day go? From the Moon King to Burger King.
Burger King. Got his ass, boy.
Wow, that is flame.
Had to heat him up one time.
Wait a second. Is it not Jake who I sent the Tesla DM to? Probably not. Did you send me a DM on Instagram? Yeah, I never got a DM from you. Biz.
I have business number, so maybe you guys.
Biz, can you text me? Can you call me on my cell phone?
Yeah, I can give you biz. I can give.
When you need my love.
Yeah, guys. If I'm gonna be sliding your DMs, guys, it's not gonna be for trading information. It's gonna be strictly for nudes. Okay, so
yeah,
if I'm in your DMs, it's probably for nudes. Okay, that's
agreed. It. Yeah. Twitter, you might have. What's Biz's Twitter?
I think it's like not real biz or something like that. Like I am not the biz or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It might have been the right one. I honestly, dude, to be honest, I don't really go through all my
dude, it's impossible for me to go through mine. I can't imagine what you have to go through on yours, dude.
That's why you just don't go through them. You don't read comments, you go through DMs, and your life gets a lot better.
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jake said he doesn't read. I used to read all my comments, then I stopped because Twitter is so toxic, you know?
Yeah. It's not good to take it in. You know, like you don't want to take all that shit in. I used to read some, and I still do sometimes. Like if I like ask what are the next gems or something like that, I'll go see what people are talking about and check out projects. But if I, just a regular tweet, hey mate, Jake, I sent you $1,000 earlier this year on Telegram. Yep, was not me. So
Samuel, you shout out the same.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. A lot of devs said like, yo, they're like, that Rolodex people, they're like, yeah, like a lot of developers will message like fake Rodney accounts on Telegram or fake Jake accounts on Telegram, and they'll send them money for videos or tweets and nothing ever comes from it. Like, It's just a scary place. Let's just see. Jake the man, the hype, the legend, always on point. Oh, I was going to pull this up. I was like looking for comments, but I was actually just going to pull this up. Binance CEO warns more companies could fail in the coming weeks following FTX troubles. We talked about at the beginning of the show. It's guaranteed, guys. Like when you have the number 3 exchange go down, what's the word of the day? It's exposure. There's so much exposure to FTX. We're going to see companies go down. We're going to see businesses going to go down. We're going to see individual. Like that's the worst part is like the people that held their money on FTX. But like, I mean,
so sad.
It is sad, but it's like, dude, like I try to scream at every show, get your money off exchanges and put it into a ledger, a SafePal, or a Treasure. Just get a hardware wallet because you're at no risk of these scams from like MetaMask or Uniswap or OpenSea, and you control your bank. Get your money off exchanges. The staking is not worth you losing all your money.
It's not. Yeah, no. And look at, the most unfortunate part about this is that, Sam was kind of like the darling of like the elites a little bit, right? He had like the in with a lot of different people with, political figures and stuff like that. FTX, Tom Brady, Steph Curry, you saw it on the, it was like the bridge between normal people and crypto. And although it was just centralized crypto because it's on an exchange, it seemed like it was the bridge, and he was like, it was going to be okay. And although, yes, he's working for the man, we still had DeFi, but you got to take the step. You got to dabble in DeFi because that's the only way the crypto is truly yours. Because the exchanges go under any exchange, your assets are their assets to be divvied up during bankruptcy. So.
Yeah, Miss NFT Queen said, is Jake and Rodney a regular thing? Every Tuesday at 8 a.m. on Rodney's channel and every Friday over here on my channel. And we might even do more. We might even, because, dude, we had a great audience when we had Bleaves on there. I think we have a good thing. Maybe like on Tuesdays we try to get, or Wednesdays, Bleaves, crypto, whoever. We're gonna probably start doing more. I think it's good. But back to the Sam Bankman-Fried thing, dude. It's like those interviews are not looking good. It's like, oh man, like those are actually gonna. He was in front of the Congress testifying about how they don't use customers' assets and how they're fully backed. He had these interviews saying that the bottom was probably in. He doesn't see anything else happening. Like, dude, he looked really bad towards the end. Like I don't think that shaking that he was doing like I don't think that was normal, bro. Like I don't know. It's just it's not looking good for him. He's probably not sleeping at all. He's probably waking up feeling like shit.
Dude, 100%. Check this video out. I'll share my screen real quick. This is his the manager at @𝗲𝗓𝗧𝗏 Research, allegedly his chick, talking about trading before the downfall. It out.
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of like elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses. I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Oh my God.
So the crazy thing about that is that when CZ said he was selling all his FTT tokens, 𝗲𝗓𝗧𝗏 Research was like, oh, we'll buy them for you for $22 a pop. Turns out that was cap.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be something that is gonna be there's gonna be a movie made about this with Jonah Hill playing SBF. But I mean, we can't just like judge it. Like we have these estimation, like these ideas of what a CEO should look like, and that's not always true. It doesn't have to be this strapping young lad who's 35 and chiseled jawline, former heart. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, she could do her job and be a CEO.
I trust that guy, though. I trust that guy.
Chad. I do. But and like, you can't even look at like what she looks like, but like what she was saying right there, it doesn't sound like she has any crypto knowledge, And do you? I mean,
she's probably smart.
She's obviously, she looks smart, right? But it doesn't sound like she has any crypto knowledge. There's a huge jet going outside my house. Hold on, fucking America. Literally, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just
a little bit, yeah.
Lost my train of thought, but
yeah,
you do need to have some crypto knowledge to run a crypto company. Like you can't just be brain smart. Like you have to understand. Like what was she didn't even know she was talking about was stop losses, and she's like, I don't even think I've ever lost money on a crypto. It's like, dude, what are you even saying?
Well, yeah, she worked for the trading firm. 𝗲𝗓𝗧𝗏 Research. She was the CEO of it. And look at what I don't like, and I think it's kind of lame, and I get it. People can relate to it, but it's like these people who are billionaires obviously pretend like, I'm driving a Toyota Corolla and I'm living below. Like, and you have a $35 million mansion in the Bahamas. Look, I'm okay with people living luxurious lifestyle that make things that provide value, that give us value in our I want people that made my computer, that gives me value, my phone, anything I do, my car. I want them to live lavish lifestyles because they made a product that makes my life better. This whole poor guy facade is so corny.
Yeah, it's eyewash. It's like you're a billionaire. Go get a nice car. Get a mansion. Have 35 people in there and have orgies. Like, we want that from our billionaires, have orgies. Jeff Bezos having orgies. SBF in some rough times. Have you seen the jailers in that bad Zoom call? Yeah, we did, dude. Like, hey, what's up with that, Rodney? Like, literally the day that SBF goes under, we got 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, we got Martin Shkreli or whatever his name is, 3AC, Tom Brady. This one's fake, but in all actuality, this one right here is fake. But Kobe, Martin Shkreli at the top, 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, we're all on this stream, not the people on the bottom 4.
Okay, let's watch. I haven't seen this.
And this was the day that the day that SBF went under, like 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧 suddenly appears, Martin Shkreli, like all the scammers come back out of the woodworks and they go on live streams. The day that it happens.
It's crazy. I said that one.
I just want to let you know, jail's not that bad. It sucks, but it's not the worst thing ever. So don't fret if that. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does happen, it's not that bad.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's real. Like, that was actually a real clip. I was watching it.
Sam.
I don't think was Sam there. I don't think Sam was there. Right?
No. It was the top 3, and the guy in the very, like, Tom Brady wasn't on the call. The guy on the bottom right was 3AC. He wasn't there. It was a live Twitch stream, but it was right at when SBF came out. SBF went down. Sorry, FTX. So easy to get those things confused. FTX went down. 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧 pops out of the woodworks, and he's like, "Are you hiding?" He's like, "No, I'm not hiding." It's
I'm
like,
here.
but it's like, dude, you need, like, look at him. He's got the pumpkin, but it probably feels good for them because they fucked up so much, and 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧 was at the brunt of getting the brunt of it all. And it's like, now SPF goes down, you finally. And 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 was trying to plead innocent. He's like, well, at least ours was algorithmically set up. It wasn't any intention of ours. SPF was taking people's money and using it, leveraging it, which is just so fucked. Like, how do you even, like, dude, you're a billionaire. You don't need that. Your company's running great. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
Crazy. I bet 𝗖𝗎𝗡𝗡𝗡 feels so good that the eyes are off of him now because no one cares about him anymore. It's all
cares.
We're all
because it's bigger, dude. It's like, and that's how crypto moves, though. Someone said that was fake. No, this was not fake. The bottom people are fake, but the top 3 people it's on. If you go to Kobe's, the guy on the left, Kobe. He has a Twitter account. He has a Twitch stream, and it's still up there. It was live. So the top is actually real. Like, Martin Shkreli is the guy that, like, had the what do you get when you have diabetes?
Oh no, he had insulin. He went
insulin.
and then HIV medication too, or was it insulin?
It probably wasn't insulin. I don't know. I just say shit.
He jacked the prices up, like, of necessary, like, medications up sky high. But his argument was, insurance company pays for them, not regular Joes. But
what about not getting healthcare in America? Like, there's so many people getting laid off right now in corporate America, and they don't get healthcare. I don't have healthcare right now. Like, I should probably get it. I don't even know how you do it, but it's like, why do you have to work to get healthcare in America? Like, why is that a thing?
Here's the argument for a free market when it comes to healthcare is because when people compete for your business, they do the best job. So when you have, when you have doctors and everyone competing for your service, they're going to do the best jobs. Where if you made healthcare free for everyone, you could say people are going to get complacent. And then, healthcare, it's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but everything run by the government, to me, the process is kind of crappy. Like, military healthcare, I don't think is the best, just my opinion. I think that some government entities are, like, so poorly ran, but they're promised a paycheck because the government's going to keep paying them. So that's the argument. But it is a shame that you can't go in and get something that you need done without being in debt thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars for a simple procedure, you could say. So, I don't know how to feel on that,
I mean, I guess I'm self-employed. I have my own business. I could probably get healthcare through that. So I probably should, because I need to go to the dentist because I'm probably, I used to go twice a year. My mom's probably pissed. But yeah, I think that's something that needs to be worked on. Also, I saw your tweet the other day. What did you say? It was about, it was about the federal judge. The federal judge rules that Joe Biden's free education for all. Pull that up, because I saw it. And it's like the day after elections, man. Like, they literally, it's fucked up.
These politicians do not care about you. They don't care about you. They want your vote. That's
what about
it.
Nancy Pelosi?
Hates everyone. I want to learn her trading. I'm just kidding. I want to learn her trading secrets, dude. Literally, let me get to this page here real quick. Check this out. Federal judge declares President Biden's plan to cancel student debt unconstitutional. Right after the midterms. It's like
the day after.
They dangle these carrots in front of your face to get your vote. They make it sound like the other person's the enemy and that nothing changes. Nothing changes. So this is crazy to me. This is nuts.
Yeah, it is. It is nuts. And yeah, it's politics, man. It's a nasty game. It's a nasty game. That's why I would love to run for office. I would love to, if it wasn't such a nasty game.
Yeah.
I would love to run for office, but I think that's it. We did an hour and 15. We had our first guest on, Derek Brunson. I think we always just keep going, boom, 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 until we got President Trump and Joe Biden on here for a debate. But Rodney, it's Friday, man. What do you got planned for the weekend?
Going to a wedding later today. My cousin's wedding here in a couple of hours. Going to put out some video, and weddings are fun, man. Going to turn up. So my cousin's getting married, so it'll be a good time. And then tomorrow, bunch of hikes. Sunday, probably just chill out, put out some content. What about you, man?
Yeah, and just relaxing this weekend. I've been going. So relaxing this weekend.
We've been going.
We've been going. And the last 3 weekends, we've been going. So we're going to take the weekend off, and enjoy it, relax. And actually, I'm going over to 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 right now on Twitter, guys. So if you are interested in joining us, come over to Twitter. We're going to be doing some 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗧𝗏, looking at some projects. I don't know if there's going to be anything good. Like the market's dead. I might say no to everything, but who knows? Maybe someone has the SBF, FTX, Inu, and we might ape in and make some money. Anyways, we love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next week on Rodney Show, Tuesday, 8 a.m. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yes, sir. Thank you.